Hey guys, I know it's been a long time since we've posted a video. Everything's been going on with the coronavirus and everything like that. We've also been doing some renovations around our studio, which has severely impacted our ability to do any filming. But we've got a video for you guys here today. We're going to be showing you a really cool product from a company that reached out to us to see if we might want to review one of their products. We did, we tested it out, and we actually really liked what we saw. So we want to show it here for you guys today. So with that being said, let's jump in. What's going on, guys? Trevor Long here for Sawback Gear, and if you're a fan of mountaineering, backpacking, camping, rock climbing, anything of the sort, this is definitely the channel for you. We post how-to videos, gear reviews, trip overviews, things like that. Definitely want to check out the rest of our content and subscribe if you like what you see. We would really appreciate it. Today we got a really cool product for you from a company called IXNINE, and that's their 25,000 milliamp hour high-capacity solar charger. Before we jump in and actually talk about the product, I just want to mention that this company reached out to us and offered to send us this product so that we could review it and make a video for it. That being said, this video is 100% our opinions on the product. It's not a scripted video, they're not offering us any money at all, nothing like that. This is just a product that we tried out for ourselves and we actually liked. So with that being said, let's jump in and we'll talk a little bit about what it offers. This is a 4-panel solar charger with a 25,000 milliamp hour built-in battery. The panels fold up inside themselves like this, and they've got a little button right here that clips them on. It's got a nice covering of synthetic leather that covers the panels on the outside and protects them. Actually, this thing in general feels pretty sturdy. I wouldn't want to drop it because why would you want to drop your solar panel? But it does feel it's got heft to it. It feels like a solid product. It doesn't feel cheap in any way or like cheap plasticky material. It feels like it has high quality construction, and it feels like it's something that I could take camping with me and not have to like walk on eggshells hoping that it doesn't get jostled around in my backpack or something like that. That being said, the trade-off for that is that the product is a little bit on the heavier side for things like ultralight backpacking. It weighs a little bit more than a pound, which isn't a lot in the grand scheme of things. So if you're taking it camping or even just like on a light hike, that's not a big deal at all. I could easily see myself taking this with me on those types of trips. If we're talking about ultralight backpacking, maybe not as much, but that's just personal preference. You guys are going to be able to weigh out your weight options and see how much it's worth it to you. So we ran a few tests with the charger to see how it did charging things. Phil let his iPhone die down to about 19% battery and plugged it into the solar charger, and it charged it in about an hour and 15 minutes. The battery has a 5-volt, 2.1 amp max output. The battery can charge up to 2 devices at once using these 2 dual USB slots. And it's also got a slot right here that can be used to charge the battery with the wall. So you don't even need to use the solar capabilities of this product in order to utilize it like a battery bank. A couple other things about the charging ports that I'd like to note are that the USBs are each individually controlled, so they put out the right amount of power for your device to keep them protected so you don't overcharge or send a current that's too strong for your device. So you can charge 2 different devices that have 2 different power draws at the same time without damaging any of your devices. It's also covered by this plastic little guy here that keeps sand and dirt and everything out of your product so you don't break it. The panel array itself is a 6-watt panel array, and it also has an indicator light on the end of it right here that tells you when it's charging and tells you how much charge is left in the battery. And you can actually see, it's really interesting, even indoors. So you can see the light's off right now, but as soon as we open it up, the light turns on. So it's probably not getting too much of a charge since we're indoors and we've just got our studio lights on here. But it's still decent. It's still detecting a power draw, but that also helps to make sure you know if it's working and charging or not. One other really cool feature that this panel has, it's got a light in the back here with a couple different modes. Just so you know, I'm going to show it right now, so if you're prone to epileptic seizures or you're sensitive to light in any way, you may want to look away for a second. I'll let you know when you can look back. But the light itself is actually pretty bright. If you hold down this power button, the light turns on. You can cycle through different strobe modes as well. This one's actually fast. Could come in handy, who knows. And if you cycle through, it turns off. But you can also, and this is a really cool feature that I thought, you can turn the light on and you hold the button again to just turn it off without having to cycle through the rest of the features, because sometimes that can get annoying with headlamps. One other thing to note is that the light is actually pretty bright. We tried it at night and it was significantly bright. It's a light that you could use in a camping situation to light something up. So now let's talk about some of the cons for this product. Overall, we really like the product, but a couple of things that we would like to mention. Like we mentioned before, it's a little bit on the heavier side when it comes to ultralight backpacking. I mentioned that I don't see any reason why this couldn't be used for camping or for some day hiking, but it's probably not something you're going to be taking with you on an ultralight backpacking trip along the Pacific Crest Trail, but that's just me. One other thing that we'd like to note is that on their Amazon Marketplace page, there's a picture of it hanging from the back of a backpack, which would be a really cool way to charge things, but unfortunately I don't see any loops to hang it from. I'm sure you could rig something up, but it would have been nice to see some kind of loop. There is this little leather strap, but I'm not sure that I would trust this to hold the weight of the product on the pack, and plus it's only on one side, so it kind of hangs on an angle. Like I said, you could definitely rig something up, wrap some string around this and tie it to your pack. It wouldn't even be that challenging, but it would have been nice to see maybe like a loop right here that you could use to hang it from your backpack, because that's definitely a convenient way to be charging it while you're hiking. So I think that pretty much does it for the features, pros and cons. Like I said a couple times in this video, I think this would be a really cool product, a really cool addition to bring along with you if you were camping, or if you're doing maybe an overnight backpacking trip and you wanted to make sure your phone stayed charged, or maybe your camera, a GoPro, something like that. If you have higher power draw needs, like you're trying to charge a laptop or maybe an inflatable bounce house or something in the backcountry, please don't do that. But if that was what you needed, maybe opt for a higher capacity battery. But obviously that's not their market. Their market is people who just need some extra battery power when they're out in the outdoors and stuff like that. And I think this fills that niche really well. This product is available on Amazon. The product link is going to be listed in the description down below. We don't get any money from that, so this is not like us trying to pitch this product to you. We just think it's a cool product. So we want to give a huge thanks to IXNINE. All right, guys, that pretty much does it for us today. If you have any other questions or comments, comment section down below. You know where to go. Well, actually, is it down? No, it's still technically down below. They moved it. We'd love to hear from you guys. Like this video if you like the video, and if you like all the content that we post, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I would love you forever. Other than that, I think that's pretty much gonna do it for us. Yeah, Phil's nodding his head. So I've been Trevor Long for Sawback Gear, and I look forward to seeing you outside.